Hey Towelites, welcome back to another DFAT unboxing right here on don'tforgettowel.com. Today we'll be taking a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Iron Man. Now this is the standard release for the series. We have gotten a Mezco exclusive, direct exclusive of the Mark 42 armor, more of a modern, take on the character with more of the modern colors that you get. But this one is a take on the classic version, which will be, what Mezco does with their figures. They'll give you a great figure, but it is tweaked here and there and made in their own image, I would say. That's the best way to put it. Now, it's gonna be the Invincible Iron Man, and it is a 1/12 figure, meaning, of course, it's a 6-inch figure, which my favorite figures come from. I love to collect 1/6 scale when it comes to Star Wars and some other things, but my real passion in collecting and action figures is the 6-inch scale. So I'm very glad and thankful for Mezco and what they've done over the last few years now, and things are just getting better and better. This figure is a good example of something they're trying. They did a little light up features on some other figures, but now they're kind of moving into using this as a feature with newer figures, the 2 Green Lanterns, Cable, to name a few, and just adding these kind of effects into the action figure experience is great, and we'll see how that all comes together when we look at this figure in hand. So the only other thing I do want to say about this is that it has more like they're doing like a metal finish to the suit. So we'll see how that goes as well. This is kind of going to be setting it aside from what you can get at the $20 to $50 level, say with your Marvel Legends, all the way up to say Figure Arts and Metacon and whatnot from those companies. So Mezco has decided with this, with the dark side, to try something new, something innovative with the line, and we'll see how that turns out. There have been some complaints about chipped armor and things like that, just to be aware of with this figure, especially when handling it. Just be careful with it, because I have seen some examples. But hopefully there's no damage right out of the box, and any damage would be my own fault. So let's get into this. Let's take a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Iron Man action figure. Alright, your standard slide box from Mezco, with the cool design on the front, and then of course everything you are getting in the box on the back. Little preview. The figure is packed, as usually. Nice window there to take a look at everything that's in the box. They've gone a little more generic with their standard releases, which is fine with me. If you want to get fancy with your Mezco Directs, all those exclusives, that's the way to do it. I love it how they put the artwork on the back of those, but I understand when it comes to a general release, it's just not cost effective. So what they're doing now is fine with me. It does come with directions on how to put the battery in, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. We might have to take a little pause break and for me to set this up later, but let's take a look at what else is in here. And of course the disclaimer telling you how to handle your 112 figure. So normally if you follow these directions, there's not really any issues with damage or the clothing. There's issues with that, with stretching and whatnot, but it's not something we have to worry about with this one. So let's take a look here. Let me just quickly read to you what is included in the box. Iron Man is coming in at over 30 points of articulation, including a newly sculpted 112 collective body. Like I said about how it's going to work with the armor and things like that. So not a lot of reusing of these. It does come with only one head, which is not really the standard with Mezco, but with this one it's interesting as the faceplate does come off and reveal Tony Stark's face below. We get 6 interchangeable hands, fists, posing hands, and a pair of blasting / flying hands. So, you know, Iron Man will be in that awesome display in many different poses. The costume is a helmet with magnetic visor, which is cool. It can be worn open or closed. Sculpted body armor, a light-up chest arc reactor, and metal components, including the upper torso, gauntlets, boots, toe cap, and upper face plate. Or foot plate, sorry. And then finally, the accessories included are 1 chest beam, 2 hand booster effects, 2 foot booster effects, 2 repulsor beams, 2 gauntlet rockets, 2 hip rocket launchers, and of course the base with logo and the adjustable display post for all the various poses you're going to be putting Mr. Tony Stark in right here. So let's get into it. Of course, as usual, the first layer of the box comes off, revealing underneath, of course, the figure itself. Right out of the box, no damage. There is some weight to this thing, and right away, I'm going to tell you right now, the photos cannot justify how awesome this figure actually is in hand. Man, seriously, I mean, as much as like I've debated getting this over like saying, oh well, I can get the look delivered to me in a Marvel Legend for a quarter of the price. Kids, that's not really gonna work this time around. We have a solid, and when I say solid, I mean solid figure right here. Metal components, a beautiful paint job, awesome, awesome. And of course, here we have all the different effects. The chest blaster, which connects here, just kind of goes over his arc reactor for that effect, and we'll get some better photos later. And I'll put a shot in to the review of this box. I just don't want to take a lot of it out. I do love that they're starting to do these effects. It was something that was really kind of lacking from figures, and people love to do dioramas and all that. It was fun displays. And like sites like Can of Beams was doing a great job with creating, third-party accessories for figures and stuff like that that look great. But it's even more appreciated when the figure actually comes with that stuff included, and it's part of your overall experience when you buy this figure. So great job with all that. These are great. They're little translucent so that the light does shine through it when you're doing the battle, the light up effects. So we'll take a look at that in a little bit, as I keep saying. But let's see what else is in here. The standard base is better than usual, I would say. I do like this. It is, his arc reactor. It's definitely, shows off who he is when you're displaying it. But I like this better than say writing the Invincible Iron Man or just something generic. This is cool and a nice touch. And as usual, you find some more goodies underneath, including the batteries, the display hook or clip, whatever you want to call it, and the goodie bag that you put all your accessories into. And with this one, you're gonna need it. So cool. Very nice, very nice. Like we said, with the figure does have over 30 points of articulation, and as cool as that is, I'm a little hesitant to play around with him as long as he's right here. But let's do this. As you can see, the faceplate comes off, and we'll get some closer shots there, of course. And that's really a nice effect. It has what he's looking at through like the Jarvis computer system, cool stuff like that. And then how easy is this though? So it's not. Yep, yeah, it is. It is just returns right to his face. Very cool. Very, very cool. You know, a lot of free range articulation here on the arms and shoulders. We still have, we have a double elbow. A lot of movement in the wrist. That's good. He's a very dynamic character, so it's important for a lot of those displays. We do have a chest crunch here, a little pivot on the chest. The abs also seem, the abs don't have a crunch itself, but the waist has a lot of good mobility. Not too much side to side, but it does move within its cradle there. So most of your movement's going to be limited there, but he does turn side to side. Just a little movement here. What can you ask for in a man in armor? The belt is interesting. It seems like if it might come off, but I'm not going to play around with that too much. But it is not, it's cool that it's kind of a separate accessory, not a disconnecting one, but it instead of just being molded to the figure, it adds a little bit to it. The midsection here, I thought looked a little funny, looked a little Marvel Legend-like in pictures, but up close, just the way the legs connect and everything, it's kind of hard not to have that look. But I can deal with it. It looks amazing because a lot of my concentration is looking at the face of this figure. Amazing. Legs, huge amount of movement, almost 360 spin, along with a little side-to-side action is better than the front to back, but that's good, that's okay. Double jointed knees, the boots twist, the feet move. That's not bad for the movement of the feet, to be honest with you. A little bit better than what we've seen in the past with Mezco, so looks like they're improving on that front. Very nice. So it'll be fun to pose this guy in various flying motion, you know, coming down, hitting the ground, all those great things that, you know, the Robert Downey Jr. figure, Robert Downey Jr. made famous through the Marvel Studios movies and really brought Iron Man to the forefront. You gotta remember, Iron Man was not that popular of a character before the movie came out. That definitely propelled him into stardom after being kind of a laughingstock and the alcoholic of the Marvel Universe, unfortunately. So it's cool to see, you know, Iron Man, you know, this popular again. With the final Avengers movie coming out, we're not sure what the fate of Iron Man is in that, so a lot of speculation up in the air with a fan favorite now for the past 10 years in the comics and movies alike. So I do recommend getting this figure if you are a fan. If you are an Iron Man fan, don't even wait. Go pick it up. Go pick up the variant. It's still floating around in the Mezco groups on Facebook. It's still available on eBay. Don't overpay. If you want to wait a little bit, sometimes those go down. So worth checking out. So I am going to go and play with Iron Man and get some shots for the review. So look forward to this. It'll be on don'tforgetatowel.com. Also up on our YouTube page. Like us there, follow us. We also have a great weekly podcast that we try to get to weekly, which also we do the Pursuit of Plastic. That's our toy segment of the show. So tune into that if you're a fan of geekly things from movies, comics, TV shows, toys, all that great stuff that we geeks love to just eat up and spend money on. So this is Chris signing off, and we'll see you next time.